3 days after Temple won the American Athletic Conference Championship, it was announced that Rhule would be heading down to Waco, Texas to take the head coaching position at Baylor University. Owls named Coach Ed Foley as their interim head coach in light of Rhule's departure. I sat down with Foley to talk about what his team is doing to stay focused and how they are preparing to take on Wake Forest in the Military Bowl in just 2 weeks. So I know it's a little over 2 weeks away, but what specifically are you guys doing to prepare for the bowl game on December 27th?
Well, today we had our first team practice out there with the full team, so we're taking it one day at a time with a series of practices. We're going to focus more on situations right now, just having generic practices, getting better, working on tackling, working on blocking, today we worked on red zone, so those kind of things. And then as we get more into the later part of this week, we'll start looking more at exactly what Wake Forest does and then focusing in on how we're going to attack them.
And are you guys going to continue to practice right up to the bowl game then? I mean, it is over winter break, and what's that schedule looking like?
Well, when I was looking at it, I would have loved to have given the kids a couple days off. But the way the final schedule works, we have finals right up to the 21st, and then we're going to leave on the 22nd. So we're going to give them a couple days off on the major final days. There's a couple days where they have a ton of finals. So we're just going to take it one day at a time in practice, and then end up giving them off Thursday and then next Monday, so they have a little break where they can breathe and take some of their finals. The academic people have been working with them, pretty much throughout. So yeah, we're going to take it right through, right up to when we leave.
And this senior class, most of them have been with you for 4 years. But what do you expect to see out of them in their final game as an Owl?
All they have to do is do what they've been doing and be who they are. And they've been great, and the transition has been helped immensely by what they've done and what they've said. They've been through a transition in terms of a head coach leaving before. They're great leaders. They're great people. They're great football players. So all I've asked them to do is be yourself and do what you've done to get us to this point. I don't think any of them thought that after the Memphis game we would have an opportunity to win 11 games and be the winningest Temple football team of all time. So they're taking pride in that, and I think they're taking pride in helping these young guys get through the transition. And we had a good practice today, and I would hope that they would lead us to a series of consecutive good practices.
And kind of going off of that point, how have you seen the leadership help this team stay focused through this whole transition?
Well, right from the first meeting, when I stood up in front of the team and I was saying, hey, what's next, guys? We've got to transition here to breakfast, to study hall, to your next class. The seniors got up and said, guys, let's go. This isn't the best situation in the world, but tomorrow will be better, and the day after that will be even better. We've been through it. Coach Adazio was here, and he left, and now, here we are, and we're doing pretty good, and so I think that really helped. But I think the experience of the upperclassmen having been through a transition and the experience of how to prepare, they've really taught those guys a lot about how to prepare for a game. They're in here a bunch. They watch film. They're together quite a bit, studying the game plan, studying the opponents. If those young guys watch the old guys and how they react and how they prepare, they're going to get a real good lesson in how to prepare for a bowl game as those guys are leaving.
And how do you look at your coaching style and Coach Rhule's coaching style, how are they similar and how are they different?
Well, they're similar in that I think we each take a very business approach. Like, what do we have to do to prepare the team the best it can be? And I think that there's a series of events that we've used here in the past to try to get those guys prepared. I'm going to follow a very similar path. And to be honest with you, that path was similar with Al Golden and Steve Adazio. I have the benefit and the experience of having been here for 3 head coaches. So we'll draw on those experiences. But there's not going to be a whole lot of change. Our styles are similar. We've both been demanding of the kids. And we've kind of been in agreement with how the kids have been handled here, and we're going to keep doing those same kind of things.
And you have been here through 3 coaching changes, and has that kind of helped you prepare for this? And how have you seen the Temple program yourself change over your time here?
Well, it's changed tremendously, and it's changed in the most dramatic way is we're getting better players. So we have access to the better players every year that I've been here. So the players are better. The system is pretty much the same, where the kids grow, they mature, they get better, they know how to prepare, they know how to lift. Our strength staff is very demanding in the weight room, so they get through that part of it. But my experience since I've been here is just learning from all the guys that have been here and just kind of taking the best of what they've done and trying to get that all across to the kids, and that's what we'll try to do for the next 10 or 12 days.
And you look at the Military Bowl, and it's close to home. Are you looking forward to kind of having that bowl game, that big bowl game, close to Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great crowd at the Eagle Bank Bowl back in 2009. It was like a home game for us, and the crowd behind you is awesome. I mean, even down at Navy, I mean, we had a great crowd down there. We were making plays, and we thought we were at a home game, for crying out loud, for a couple of those plays. So that was great, and I would expect a great turnout from our alums and our friends and our fans, and I'm excited to be part of that.